Hey everybody out there in Hot Rod Land, it's Phil coming to you once again from Carcraft Classics. Today doing a little video on this cool 1987 Chevy Monte Carlo SS. And before we get started on that, for any of you watching one of my videos for the first time, this is Carcraft Classics. We're located at 321 Canton Road. We're here in Cumming, Georgia, about 30 miles north of Atlanta. About a 40-minute ride from the airport. Number for the shop is 470-239-4977. My cell is 770-317-1415. And we can be reached via email at carcraftclassics@gmail.com. Be sure to visit us on the web at carcraftclassics.com for inventory, not only for the cool classic cars and trucks, but we also sell neon signs and wheel and tire packages and cool novelty items for the hot rod enthusiast. So again, check us out, carcraftclassics.com. And if you would, if you're into this kind of thing, the classic cars and trucks, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And subscribe to our channel if you want to see future inventory. All right, so this is a cool G-body Monte Carlo. I say G-body because that was the chassis or frame that these were built on. GM designated them G-bodies. As a lot of you probably know, the Monte Carlo started back in 1970. And I think the frame that they used back then was an A-body. I think they designated it an A-body. Well, the G-bodies are super popular right now in car culture. A lot of guys love these G-bodies, and I think it has a lot to do with you know, what you saw growing up. So even though this is an 87, and for me it's not really a classic yet, for a lot of customers it is. You know, if you're in your 20s and you're looking for something cool to get into the hobby of classic car building and tinkering, we've got a great candidate right here. And I can understand why a lot of the younger guys consider these classics, because older guys turn down your volume. You may not want to hear what I have to say, but 87 is what, 35 years ago. Hard to believe, but it is. I remember seeing these in the high school parking lot, saying to myself, man, a super sport Monte Carlo, how cool. Those cast aluminum wheels that they used to use, I believe, on the Z28. I think the black one we recently sold had them. On the SPIC code sheet or build sheet, these wheels are designated as N90 aluminum wheels, and they're cool, wrapped in Cooper Cobra radial GT tires, plenty of tread on them. So we got this car from a local gentleman, a younger guy, that bought it for exactly that same reason I just mentioned a moment ago. He wanted to get into the classic car, you know, culture, hobby, and he didn't want to break the bank buying a 69 Camaro for $70,000 or $80,000. So he purchased this car and had a lot of fun with it. He originally picked it up north and drove it all the way down here to Georgia when he relocated, and has been tinkering on it ever since, having fun, driving it around, and he's ready for a newer one, or a new classic, I should say. But this is a cool car at a price point that's, again, not going to break the wallet, the budget. Something fun, get you started in the classic car hobby. Paint is in decent shape. It does look in some spots like it's had a repaint. I don't think that's original paint. Sorry about the shadows there. Just that time of day. Anyway, let's start up front in the jewelry box. We've got a V8 here. I believe all the Super Sports back in the 80s, which I think this is the 4th generation Monte Carlo. I think they all had V8s. I tell you, it'd be cool to buy this car and put like a stroker motor in it or something, a little more peppy. That's the old reliable GM 5-liter engine, V8 engine. They certainly are bulletproof. They run forever. But power-wise, it's a little underpowered. I would imagine this car is probably somewhere in the 180 to 210 horsepower. Probably sounds a lot faster than it actually is. But this car runs and drives great. It is turnkey, and it's ready to roll. It appears to me, which I believe that the 80s Monte Carlos came either with some of them with fuel injection and some of them carbureted, but I see a wiring harness that's not connected there. I also see an Edelbrock carb, and that tells me quite possibly this car was born with fuel injection, and someone along the way removed the fuel injection, put a carburetor on it. So some people like that, some people don't. I personally like it because adjustments are a lot easier, tuning and such. And like I said before, this car runs and drives excellent. The gentleman who brought the car to us, his name is Alex. I mentioned before, he drove it all the way down here from up north in the Massachusetts area, and drove it all the way down here, and it performed great. He's been driving it as a daily driver. It's just he's ready to move on, so he brought it to us, and now it's for sale. Again, 305 V8, 5-liter, power disc brakes, power steering, AC blows cold, old vacuum canister, smog equipment, pretty factory under here. Looks like the distributor's been, cap and rotor's been replaced back there. But you just basically have like a factory build. A factory engine compartment, I should say. And the AC's working, everything's working on the car. Alright, let's get this hood down. My son just did a detail on it, so the paint's looking a lot better today than it was when we got it. Just a cool little profile view here. 1987 Chevy Monte Carlo SS. Smokey, inside. My little mascot here wants to come out and see Daddy. Go inside, pup. Alright, now that we got him out of the way. Again, the car appears to be pinned straight. I don't see any rust. I don't see any bubbles, blisters. Let's take a real close look at this paint for you guys. Trim is all there. Blacked out, of course, because of the Super Sport package. It's like below the window, we've got some surface rust here on this piece of metal on the cowl. Glass is good. As I mentioned, trim is all there. You know, it's not a perfect car, but we're not asking a perfect car price. And again, it's turnkey. It's got a cool look to it. We use some paint on the rear bumper cover. Here we go, we're in the trunk. Quarter panels appear original and uncut. That's the original air cleaner. As you saw, we had like a custom one on the Edelbrock carb. Full-size spare back here. That's a sunshade for the windshield and a car cover that will be included in the sale. Trunk pan, nice and rust-free, as you can see. Somebody took care of this car. I mean, again, it's not perfect, but it's in great condition for its age. It'd be a great little starter car for somebody newly getting into the hobby with the classics. Glass is in good shape. It's got the little spoiler on the back, part of that SS package. Just a cool old car. Tires are 235/60/15s. Of course, raised white letter, Cooper Cobras. Plenty of tread on those tires. And we'll get it up in the air. I won't crawl around on the ground out here with the video, but at carcraftclassics.com, within a day or two, we'll have 50 some odd pictures of the car on the website, including the undercarriage, the engine bay, the exterior, and the interior. Metallic silver paint. I'm not sure what the GM code is on it, but it's got a few blemishes here and there, as you can see right there. But overall, the paint is in pretty good condition. When you get in and drive this car, or when you walk around it, it doesn't feel like a car that needs to be restored, you know. It is turnkey. It's ready for the road. '87, which I think the 4th gen ran from 81 to 88. This body style. So this was the second to last year. A cool little chin spoiler down there. We'll take a peek at the interior. I'd give it a solid 7, 7.5. It's not perfect, but it's not all torn and tattered either. You can see the bottoms of the doors don't have any rust in them. Door panels aren't stained up. It is a power window, power lock car. It is working, the power windows and locks. And by the way, before we finish on the mechanicals, as I mentioned, it does have a 5-liter V8 GM engine, which I believe to be numbers matching, but it's connected to an automatic transmission, which this particular one is a 700R overdrive 4-speed transmission, so no problem driving on the highway. I think she's got a little 10-bolt rear end in her. It's got the cool dual spoke SS steering wheel. TAC is showing, or odometer is showing 9,000 miles, so I would imagine that's 109. Again, we'll take some still shots of the vehicle, and there won't be any shadows. You'll be able to see the interior, exterior, undercarriage, everything. But just while we're shooting this video, I'll give you a quick peek of everything here. Headliner's in good shape too. Bucket seat, high back buckets, middle console. Again, it's got an automatic transmission. Let's fire this sucker up. There you go. You can see that the TAC is working. Gauges are working. See that little circle around the letter D, which is an indication that it has an overdrive gear. As a part of the package with the power windows and locks, this car also came with tilt wheel. So you can see steering column tilts to make it easier to get in and out. It's got an aftermarket stereo system in it right now, but I have the original stereo. Let's see. as I mentioned, the air does blow cold. The dash will need to be replaced, the dash cover anyway. It does have cracks in it, unfortunately, but I'm sure that's something that we can help with. If somebody would like us to do that, I'm sure parts are available for this car. So again, just a good solid G-body Monte Carlo. Somebody to daily drive or tinker on the weekends, get into the classic car culture, bring it to shows after you do your upgrades, and just enjoy the whole process. Here, no funny noises coming out of the engine compartment. That's really smooth. Okay, so that is our 1987 Chevy Monte Carlo. Super sport. The N90 wheels, white leather tires. Push rewind and take yourselves back to the 80s. That sun is vicious. The glare is terrible. I'm sorry about that. We'll get you some good, solid pictures of the car. All right. Not exactly a fixer-upper, as I said. It's ready to be enjoyed today, but certainly could be improved. So, if somebody needs some help with that, we can help. All right. 1987 Chevy Monte Carlo, V8, 4-speed overdrive transmission, air, disc brakes, power steering. Everything you could possibly want. Asking price on this vehicle is $14,900. $14,900. As you've heard me mention in other videos, we can help with financing. We can help with delivery and upgrades or light customization. We can also help with. Now that we've got dependable mechanics working here at the shop. So just give me a holler. Again, my name is Phil. I'm the owner here. My number is 770-317-1415. If you're in the mood for a cool 1987 G-body Monte Carlo, we're your place. Again, Phil, 770-317-1415. Asking price is $14,900. Delivery, financing, light customization, we can help with all of it. So just give me a holler. I'll be glad to help. Thank you so very much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Be safe out there. God bless America.